Jim Irsay is the Indianapolis Colts owner, and Richard Sherman even chimed in on the Monday Morning Quarterback, mmqb.com, Peter King's fine website, about how there needs to be some sort of punishment taken down, and how, not really punishment, I'm going to say that. But Richard Sherman, here's what he said, and then we'll discuss about what actually happened with Jim Irsay, how he was pulled over at $29,000 or something of that sort, $29,000 in cash in a briefcase and a laundry bag when he was pulled over, not for DUI, but DWI. So here's what Richard Sherman said on MondayMorningQuarterback.com. Commit certain crimes in this league and be a certain color, and you get help, not scorn. Nobody suggested the Colts owner had, quote, ties to drug trafficking, even though he was caught driving with controlled substances, and $29,000 in cash to do who knows what with. Interesting points, and I completely agree with them. Obviously, this was when Deshaun Jackson was cut by the Philadelphia Eagles, not yet picked up by the Washington football team, the Washington Redskins. But it is a fair question to ask. Does he have ties to drug trafficking? But isn't there a difference because of race in this society, in this country, in this world? And not only that, but in this certain league and whatnot. So here's basically what happened and how basically they're treated differently. I'm going to stop saying basically after this basic comment. Here we go. Jim Irsay was pulled over and he had $29,000 in cash, as I told you about. But then he went to the station. They gave him a sobriety test. He passed. Interesting. Yet he could barely stand, and he was a block away from one of his mansions. Then they found out he had painkillers in his system. He has dealt with addiction before. He claimed in 2002, actually April 6th, so about 12 years ago, he claimed his sobriety. Yet many insiders, according to IndyStar.com, Colts insiders, stated that he was still addicted to painkillers. Interesting. And then there's a case. He was pulled over for impaired driving, possession of controlled substances. Interesting. Now here's where it gets interesting. Kimberly Wundrum was arrested 2 times in 7 months before she overdosed. One of them operating a vehicle while intoxicated and felony drug possession. She was found with 18 pills of Vicodin and 6.6 grams of Adderall. 6 grams would be a lot. She was pulled over for driving the wrong way on the highway, I-65, which I took, of course, to get to the great Indiana University. Now here's where it gets interesting. Kimberly Wundrum was found in one of Jim Irsay's mansions when she overdosed. Of course, she died. Now there's a big question of a lot of skeptical activity going on. And according to IndyStar.com, here's what happened. In June of 2013, the Blue Trust purchased a townhouse for $139,500. The trust gave the townhouse to Kimberly Wundrum at no cost. Interesting. Kimberly Wundrum was then found dead in the townhouse March 2nd of a suspected drug overdose. How about 7910 Mill Pond Lane? Irsay friend Thomas Moses purchased the house for $575,750. Moses sold the home to the Blue Trust, catching my drift, for the same price. Between 2009 and 2013, Kimberly Wundrum listed the house as her home address in court documents and as the corporate headquarters for a landscaping business in reports she filed with the Indiana Secretary of State. In February 2014, Blue Trust sold the home for $810,000, so they got rid of it. 8343 Codessa Way, February 2006. The Colts purchased the townhouse from Polt Homes of Indiana for $174,000 plus. July of 2009, the Indianapolis Colts transferred the property to the Blue Trust, quote, for no consideration. August 2012, Blue Trust sold the property for $122,500. In 2007, Kimberly Wundrum listed the townhouse as her home address and corporate headquarters in incorporation papers filed with the Secretary of State for landscaping business. She also listed the condo as her home address in police reports. A little skeptical, yes, you should be. Who did this piece? I want to credit them. Tim Evans and Mark Alicia doing some great work at the Indianapolis Star and great journalism right there. Think about it. Ask questions. Seek the answers. They are certainly doing it. We should also do it. But then there's a bigger issue. Not a bigger issue, a separate issue. What exactly should be the punishment that comes of Jim Irsay? Will there be any? Technically, Jim Irsay is the employer of Roger Goodell. Roger Goodell goes to all these owners, and he's basically, I'm not saying he's their bitch. Like, that's a little harsh. but he works for them. He's somewhat of their lapdog. But the question is, if this were a player, we all know what would happen. The player would get suspended. He'd get fined. Look at Levon Brazil. He'd miss games. He'd lose money. What's going to happen with Jim Irsay? The Indianapolis Star also notes Roger Goodell taking action. No owner has been disciplined for substances. Interesting. 2006, he fined Dan Rooney for criticizing the refs. In 2009, he fined Tennessee owner Bud Adams for giving the middle finger, the dirty bird to fans. In 2010, he suspended Tom Lowen, I believe that's how his last name is pronounced, the Detroit owner, and fined $100,000 for driving while impaired. So that's somewhat up the same alley, but not really. This is way bigger. In 2006, the personal conduct policy was put in place, so Roger Goodell had the power to suspend players and staff. Okay. What exactly would be the right thing to do for Jim Irsay? One former player went on his radio show and Twitter and said that, you know what? Suspend him for the season. Don't let him be a part of football activities. What would be the correct way where it's an owner who's in a position of power and basically doesn't own, but he employs Roger Goodell. But Roger Goodell, this would be big on his part, to show objectivity, to show that he doesn't just police the players, he polices the owners as well. Do it. What is the correct judgment? Thoughts in the comments. I'd say a full season might be harsh. I haven't given this a lot of deep thought. I would say minimum half the season to start. But let's have a discussion. Let's talk about it. Let's find the correct result in all this.